Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Non-Scripted Ramblings. I'm Kendall Richardson. Thank you so much for joining me for my spoiler-free review of Eternals, which just came out. Very exciting. Actually able to see a Marvel film on time. I think I saw Black Widow on time on its 4th release date, but I don't know. It feels like a weird experience because I couldn't see Shang-Chi when it was supposed to come out, and I'm going to be bitter about it for a long time. Anyway, it's fine because I was able to actually watch Shang-Chi, God, I gotta stop doing that, Shang-Chi and Eternals back to back, which is kind of unprecedented for Marvel fans. So I did a double header of that, and I'm still a bit tired, so bear with me on this video. But Eternals, anyway, yes, I liked it a lot. I thought it was a good movie. I didn't like it as much as Shang-Chi, unfortunately. But that being said, I think the reviews are being very harsh with this one. I would advise people not to, dismiss the movie based on the Rotten Tomatoes score, just because it's on a low score. And everyone's like, oh, it's scored lower than Thor: The Dark World, it must be shit. I'm like, no, that's not true. It's just a very different kind of Marvel film, and we haven't really seen a Marvel film like this before. It's very character driven. There's a lot of exposition, which is probably one of the film's weakest spots, is probably the fact that it relies a lot on exposition, and it's not, I don't know, there's a lot of there's a lot of flashbacks in this, there's a lot of bouncing around between not just locations, but time periods. And it didn't bother me too much, but it does kind of slow the pacing down a little bit at some points. But I think it affected some of my friends that I saw it with more than it did me. Because I enjoyed it. It's good. I'm a good film. I'm a big fan of Chloe Zhao. She just won a bunch of Oscars for Nomadland at the start of the year, which is a phenomenal movie that I highly recommend people watch. You can see just based on that why she was chosen by Kevin Feige and the Marvel Studios team to handle this movie, because she kind of has this wonderful way of capturing scenery and capturing landscapes and people in those landscapes in just such a beautiful way. She has such a lovely eye for detail and for just cinema as an art form, I think. So it's easy to see why Marvel chose her to direct this. She also has a story credit on this as well, screenwriting credit. She contributed to the story. But yeah, so I'm here for Chloe Zhao. Everything she does is just wonderful. But yeah, look, it's good. Like it's good. It's not the film I was expecting, I suppose. I'll get more into it when I do my spoiler-filled video in a few days' time. But it's just, when you find out what's actually going on and what, why they couldn't interfere with Thanos and everything, like they kind of explain that in the trailer anyway, and there's not really too much more than that, but there's actually a proper goal, a mission that they have to achieve that only Ajak, played by Salma Hayek, knows about, because she's the Prime Eternal. So once you learn that, it's like, oh, okay, that's pretty intense. There's some really good debates on, sort of almost the trolley problem sort of thing, like, do you save this many people for this reason, or do you, like, who do you choose to sacrifice for what end, sort of thing. There's discussions on that I'll go into in my spoiler video, but that probably could have been done better maybe in the film. Like, I don't know, I feel like the film could have gotten a lot more philosophical than it chose to, and I don't know if that's because they didn't have enough time, because there's already so much else going on in this movie that's nearly 2 hours and 40 minutes long. It's a long film, and some of the character scenes and the way that it jumps around time-wise just does kind of drag it out a bit, does kind of slow down the pacing. Doesn't ruin the experience, I think. I think the problem, like, for me, I think I really need to watch this when I am fully awake, because I literally just come out of Shang-Chi and gone straight into Eternals. So I'd already been sitting down for like 2.5 hours watching that, and then here I am watching, you know, another film that's even longer and it's slower in the way it moves. So I think I need to be more aware. So I will go see Eternals again and try and grasp it a bit better. But that being said, like I said, I still enjoyed the film. The cast is phenomenal. I really enjoyed every character we got to meet. And, you know, for a film that's as long as it is, we definitely don't get to spend enough time developing all of our characters, all of the Eternals. There's 10 of them. We get a feel for who each of them are as individuals in terms of their personality and in terms of their abilities. But I feel like there's certain ones we maybe could have spent more time with or developed a little bit better. I don't know. I don't know if that really I don't think it really ruins the experience. I just feel like there was an opportunity at some point to really, you know, improve or enhance the story a little bit. Like, it is fine what it is. It's passable, it's good, it's like it works, but I feel like they probably could have amped it up a bit more if they'd kind of maybe explored more of these characters and who they are. But the characters that do get a chance to really shine well, I think. I mean, although Cersei's a bit not problematic, but I might get more into my thoughts on Cersei in the spoiler video, but she was not my favourite character in this, and she was fine. And I need to see Gemma Chan in more stuff. I've only seen her in this and Captain Marvel, because she was Minerva in that. So for those who aren't aware, she's now been in 2 MCU films in the last 2 years. So that's, you know, nearly 3 years. So good for her, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. There was something about her that didn't quite work for me, I suppose. I don't know. I did really like Richard Madden. You know, one of the really cool things about this film is that all the characters get to keep like their own real world accents, except for Angelina Jolie. She was doing this weird hybrid British American thing. She sounded like Madonna, and I was like, I don't know what's happening with you. I love you so much. You're one of my favorite actresses ever, but I don't know what your accent is and why you're doing it. And that's just how she sounds now. I don't know. I don't keep up with her personal life really, so I don't know what her accent actually is these days. But for me, it was like, why is this a muddled thing? Why is she sometimes British and sometimes American? Anyway, doesn't ruin the movie. But all the characters get to, like, you know, Richard Madden has his Scottish accent. Barry I can't say his last name. Oh, fuck me, sorry. I'm gonna learn how to pronounce his name. Keohan, yeah, I don't know. I'm saying it wrong, and I apologise to all my British listeners, watchers, sorry. But he's great. He's a great actor. And yeah, he had his own accent in that. And you know, and we had Lauren Ridloff, who is the first deaf character in the MCU, first deaf actress as well, cast in the MCU. So the fact that we have that representation going there is freaking awesome. Kumail Nanjiani was also great. He was kind of the comedic relief, which is, I mean, you cast Kumail, you're gonna, like, that's what he's there for. He's gonna make you laugh. So yeah, why wouldn't he? But he was very good. And I think probably my favorite character is Brian Tyree Henry's Phaistos. He's my favorite, and I will reveal why in the spoiler video, because I don't want to ruin that. But yeah, I loved him quite a bit. I need to see him in more things as well. He was quite good. But yeah, all in all, you know, it's a very interesting movie. It's a good movie. It is a good movie. I I enjoyed it, and it definitely opens up the world of the MCU a bit more. You know, there's some post-credit scenes that are teasing certain characters and certain, you know, one of those has been spoiled pretty heavily recently, which is a shame. And I knew about that spoiler going in, which sucked, but oh well. But yeah, so I don't know, not as connected yet to the MCU as what Shang-Chi did, but still setting things up for the future. You know, the Eternals will definitely be coming back, because the ending of this film was very abrupt and okay. Like, it was like a cliffhanger sort of ending, which was interesting. But yeah, go see it. Go see it. It's definitely worth seeing on the big screen, especially for Chloe Zhao's amazing visuals that she brings. So I highly recommend checking out the cinema. But yeah, that's it. That's my spoiler-free review of Eternals. I enjoyed it. Go see it. It's in cinemas now. But yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for my spoiler-filled reviews of Shang-Chi and Eternals coming very, very soon. I can't wait to discuss them deeper, spend some time with getting into them a bit more. Yeah, it's very cool. Alright, thanks so much for watching, guys. Until next time, I've been Kendall Richardson, and you've just experienced non-scripted ramblings.